So something a little bit different today. We're up at Winsley Park. As you would know, we've got our big car show here on the 28th of June, which is going to feature a Land Rover section and a section for Cars and Cuppas. So I thought I'd walk around and show you what's going on for the event, what you can sort of expect to see and all that cool stuff. So just brought up this lovely Ford F100, which some of you would have seen from previous Cars and Cuppas events. This will be one of many of the cars that are going to be on display. So I thought what I'd do is walk around and show you what's what, show you what's going on, what's going to be going on at the event, and show you what's going to be featuring at Winslade on the date. So if we have a little walk around, obviously some of you would have been to this event last year and you would have got an understanding of how it all works and what it's going to be like. And obviously we've got a lot to work on this year to make sure it's going to be bigger and better. Obviously we've got a lot of lawn area to fill, and we're hoping to try and fill as much of it as we can. Last year, I think we've done this half of it, and obviously we've got the second half to fill as well for the Land Rovers of Devon stuff. But as you can see, obviously with the Manor in the background, it's going to look incredible with all of the cars on display. Where the truck is actually sitting is where there's going to be a helicopter from AH Helicopters. He's going to be flying in and he's going to be joining us on the day, which is going to be absolutely mega. So we'll have his helicopter there with the Manor in the backdrop. Then we'll have a couple of cool cars around it. Then we'll have a few of the trade stands, a few of the businesses, and all of that sort of stuff. Last year we did have a bit of an issue with food and drink. We didn't have enough food and drink, but this year we're going to make sure we have a lot more going on. So over in this section here will be like the food court area. So we'll have food, drink, we'll have pizza van, there'll be a spud van, there'll be teas and coffees. Winslade will be providing their own food as well, so they'll be doing a barbecue. They'll be doing hot drinks and all that sort of stuff. So all of this section over here will be the food court area, which will be mega. There'll be seating. We'll have the PA system. So Phil Morgan at Pro Sound Southwest is going to be joining us, and he's going to be bringing his PA system where I could do live interviews, do some talks with the guests. We'll have music and all of that, and then we'll have a different features, different paddocks for different things that are going to be going on the day. One of the cool things we're going to do is a show and shine. So we had a show and shine last year, which was pretty much in this section here. So we filled this section with about 20 cars from sports, classic performance, supercars, and everything else in between. We had a paddock here. BC Detail sponsored it this last year. Valet Pro are going to be sponsoring it this year, so it's a chance to win some goodies from Valet Pro, including a skateboard deck. Remind me later, I need to get the deck design for Valet Pro just to get an idea on what's what. But it's going to look mega with the helicopter on display, with all of the cars, all of the paddocks, all the businesses that can be joining us. It's going to look incredible. This year we've got Tyre Force who are going to be joining us, who are the tyre sponsor. They're going to be having a couple of vans on display, and they're also going to be having their truck on display from Aardvark, which is going to be pretty mega. And then we've got First Flexilease, who are one of the sporting sponsors, who also sponsored us last year. So they're going to be getting involved with it. They're going to be bringing a few bits down. And you might have a chance to win some freebies and all that sort of stuff. But to be fair, the truck looks lost now. Now it's over there. It looks lost, doesn't it? It looked quite good when we was up close with the Manor, but it looks literally lost over there. It just shows how big of a space this is going to be. But it should be mega. Like, if you keep walking through, we'll walk over into the middle just so you get an idea on how big this area is for those that didn't join us last year. I'm just going to make sure that it's working, yeah, because we had some issues with the mics today, haven't we? Which has not been ideal. So yeah, where the cricket pitch is, that'll all be cordoned off because we can't have anyone driving on the actual cricket square. The unfortunate thing is, on the Saturday, they're going to be doing cricket, aren't they? So setup's going to be late on Saturday night. But as you can see, the area is massive. It is a huge, huge area. So we need as many of your cars as possible to join us. So if you haven't got involved already, please do make sure you do. What we're going to do this year is have different paddocks, different things. So if you've got a Porsche, there'll be a Porsche paddock. If you've got a TVR, there'll be a TVR paddock. If you've got a Jag, there'll be a Jag paddock. And to be fair, we want to try and get a lot more Jags on board because obviously Jags are a bit of a dying breed at the minute, especially with what they're bringing out. So we want to get more Jaguars on board. So if you've got a Jaguar, get involved with it. We'll have the Land Rovers of Devon section, which is probably going to be down this section down here. So we'll have everything from like series up to new Defenders to Range Rover Classics to brand new vehicles and all that sort of stuff. So there will be different paddocks of different things. We've got the SCC joining us, so the Supercar Club, who are based in Taunton. A fair few of their guys are down in our area, so they're going to be joining us, and they'll have a paddock up along there somewhere. So there'll be lots to do, and it's going to be family friendly and dog friendly as well. We'll be doing, like, for the Land Rovers of Devon section, for example, there'll be a Defender and dog parade. We'll have Perfect joining us, who provide like dog goodies and all that sort of stuff, so they'll be joining us. Who else to say? Also, we're going to do a Defender and dog parade, which is going to be up in the top square there because it will look really good with the manor in the background. What else have we got related to that? I feel like there's someone else got related to that. I can't remember. What? Yeah, so Heritage is going to be joining us. So Heritage 1948 are going to be joining us, which are the Land Rover accessory company. Dogs at Dawn are going to be joining us, who do like dog retreats in Devon, but they're not getting involved with it. Say they're just bringing their Land Rover to show. So there will be a few cool bits going on. We've got a clothing company that's reached out. Yeah, so they're going to be joining us, which would be quite cool. So we have got a few different bits and bobs. What's this in there? Little mic. I don't know what that's for. But it's going to be amazing. Last year was absolutely epic, and for our first big year, it was awesome. And basically, what I want to achieve by year 5, I want it to be like a salon privé sort of level event. That's my goal, is to have it like salon privé sort of level. So I want to look back at this video in 3 years down the line from here and look back and think that's what we achieved in 5 years, because it ain't going to happen overnight. I don't think we'll fill this whole field, but I think in 5 years we definitely would. We can make it into something quite exclusive, have like live stage and all that sort of stuff. Because I think, especially with the manor in the backdrop, I just think it looks mega. So we'll have a little walk back on through. If anyone's visiting us, so if you're showing your car on the lawn, you'll basically enter the lawn over this section here. So there will be like, we'll have a load of more marshals this year who'll guide you in and stuff, because it was a bit chaos last year. So you'll enter the lawn up through here, and then you'll have different marshals at different paddocks. The way the entry system is going to be, so everyone will basically drive up the whole manor drive, follow it all the way around, and then come back down, and the check-in will be down there where Jasmine or Aaron will get you checked in. So if you bought a ticket, make sure, or if you haven't bought a ticket, make sure you do. If you've bought a ticket and you haven't got an email yet, don't worry, because we've got it all on our app. We can literally just put your name in and we'll be able to check you in like that. So there's no issues with that. We are going to be posting lots on socials over the next sort of couple of weeks, just to get an idea on the site layout, what the traffic plan is, what the trade stands are, and a bit of event timetable, because we're going to have a few different parade laps, aren't we? We'll have a few different bits and bobs going on. So if you want to find out more, you can check that out. But we're really, really looking forward to it. So make sure you get involved if you haven't already. Each driver who applies can get a free driver's ticket on the lawn. And obviously passengers and stuff will have to pay. Children are welcome, dogs are welcome. Like I said, we'll have a lot of food and drink and stuff. There'll be a lot more variety, a lot more going on this year. And we just love to make this into something quite special for the Southwest, because especially Exeter, there's some good, really good car shows on, but we just want to take it up a notch and have a bit more variety, a bit more going on. And obviously our Cars and Cuppas meets are so good up at Greendale Farm Shop. Why not bring that to somewhere like here? That is our plan. So yeah, if you want to get involved with it, the link will be in the description down below. And other than that, we can't wait to see you at Winsley Park. Let's see what we can do on Sunday, the 28th of June.